First off, just thanks for coming by. I really do truly value your time spending, taking and watching this video. I'm not always going to do this, but occasionally I'm going to sit down and have a little chat with you. It's going to just be a slow drip, but it's a story that needs to be told, and it's the life I've lived. It completely baffles me how wild and crazy it's been, and where I'm at now, here and now, just never would have ever saw this coming. And it's been, I don't know, 20 years, well, a lifetime just spent following intuition, really, letting it guide, shape everything. And without that, this painting right here would have never come about. And at first glance, just looks, it's like it's a painting. For me, transformative, and it never would have happened if I didn't actively choose to just let go. What do they say? Let go and let God. And here we are. Voila, what a ride. This is the third painting in a series that I've created. The other videos you may have seen where I'm creating these little collage panels from found vintage magazines, books, all kinds of wild stuff. It wouldn't have happened had my wife and I not chose to just uproot and take off. It was, not even 6 months ago, we were living in Maui. Decided to throw everything in storage, fly over to Seattle, buy a car, and just drive across the country and try and find a home, look for a spot that spoke to us. And we thought it was going to be a month and a quick thing before we had a house. It turned out to be a way longer thing. We thought we'd have our stuff way sooner. It still isn't here. It's on a boat being shipped here, thankfully, now. But in that time of getting set up, I hit a moment where I was like, I gotta make something. I gotta paint. So inspired from seeing the whole country that it was time to paint, but not didn't have any supplies. It was all I've had big crazy studios before, and we didn't have any of that stuff. It's all packed away. I had every brush you could ever imagine, all the colors, all the paints. So I bought this limited little starter kit of stuff, and it came from my skateboarding a little bit, these collages, and then I made a collage, and I was like, I'm going to turn it into an oil painting. And from there they started, and you've seen these earlier videos, and it's these oil paintings happening. And as I was working on this one, like the other ones, I made little tweaks to it, but I got hit with I have a playful side, and a little fun idea comes in. I was like, I should put a hand tattoo right there. I thought, the classic love that they put on the knuckles, that sound. I was like, that'll be cool. And the reference photo I found had that, but the person also had the Grim Reaper tattooed on the hand. And again, if my intuition says, yeah, I do it. No question, just do it. And so I started there, and I was like, okay, this is fun. I don't know where this is going, and just followed it, and the rest of the painting developed. And when I got up here to this panel, it was like a can just popped open of just emotions. The year was coming to a close, and without going into vast amounts of detail, the past 5 years have been gnarly, crazy, lots of emotion, grief, all that stuff. So it's just like I opened that can and it just came out right here. And in the reference panel, this guy sitting at the head of the table, just reminded me of my grandpa Jim. And he's long passed. I think he passed when I was 16 or even younger. So I just decided I'm gonna make that Grandpa Jim, and just painted him from memory. And right there, it was on. From there forward, I turned that into, the whole scene is super, just like cathartic, emotional, personal. Just, it's a family reunion of sorts, of people that are with us still and some that are gone. And the wild part is where we are now, which we'll get to, probably not in this video, but we're going to get there as things unfold. And you get to see the new studio, which is exciting. We ended up here next to my aunt, which is a story wild and crazier than I even understand. And I mean, my life is pale in comparison to what she's done and gone through. She's the inspiration, the reason I thought was like, wow, creativity, like art, you can do this. And she's just amazing. And I hadn't seen her in years, and we ended up, we're neighbors now. And like, it just was a match dropping on dry and ready tinder. And that creative tinder is just on fire, and work is flying out of me right now. And this is to date my greatest painting. And it's a small little canvas created in a small little room, and it's just charged with emotion. And by the time I finished it and I stepped back, and it hit me so hard, like what was there, you know, a great adventure, a flaming landing. But it was summed up in 3 words: comfort, survival, and reunion.